Leo, babe, you may be crashing out at the moment, and this is because Saturn and Neptune are in your ninth house, the house of beliefs, higher education, philosophy, spirituality, travel, and the stories you tell yourself about how life is or how life works. Um, Babe, stick with me because we're going to talk about this, and the reading today is what you need to hear today. So hopefully we can get something here to help you navigate this season. Welcome back, Leo. My name is Jackie. I'm the holistic mentor. This is the emotional alchemy channel where we use the stars, the sky, tarot to do the inner work. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you want to see how this applies to your situation, link in bio, but let's go. The ninth house here is the map of your reality, Leo. So it's how you make meaning of things, the lens through which you interpret everything that happens to you. And so you're questioning all of it right now. Saturn here is, asking you a question whether these beliefs that you've held, are they yours? Or have you inherited them from your family? A religion, a belief that, or that you've had that was given to you that you adopted. And so, this with Neptune also here, it's dissolving that clarity that you had around this. So everything is up for, audit and review here at the moment. So you might be, some of you might be genuinely in like a crisis of faith at this moment, but that's the work. And I think that this is an opportunity to really be able to get clear about what beliefs are yours and be able to double down on them and really root them within yourself, and an opportunity to let go of things that were not yours to begin with, Leo. So what do you need to hear today? I'm going to start with your reading. We're starting with an oracle, with the wisdom of the oracle, and then we'll move into tarot. But let's go, Leo. And Leo, let me know in the comments how you are doing, babe. Flexible. So typically this card comes when there is, a time of great change, upheaval. This is, learning to adapt, Leo. And I know you're a fixed sign, but building blocks. So again, going back, this is a season, I've been saying this across the board for all the signs right now, but reconstruction, deconstruction, building here. And if you look at this is like, this is all these values, everything, and you're on top of it, right? Like, what's yours? What's yours? What isn't? Right? Co-create. Bottom of the deck, exchanging gifts. So good. Some of you guys having some abundance coming in here, some gifts coming in here. So this is great as you're going through this. So of course, the universe is not going to just, leave you out hanging, specifically when you're going through this type of work of clarifying your inner beliefs here. So let's see what the tarot has to say. The Devil, the Empress, the Fool. Interesting. Whew. So listen, we start off the reading with the Devil, the Empress, and the Fool. So this may be attachments, obsessions, patterns, habits, specifically around an Empress energy here and a new beginning coming through. So I do feel that some of you are gaining clarity. Maybe there's here some patterning, some way of being that you have been that obviously may not have been healthy. This could also mean outside of yourself, take it how it resonates, somebody that you're dealing with that does not have healthy patterns here that represents maybe a version of yourself that you're like, okay, I want a new beginning here. I don't want this anymore. But let's keep going. 9 of Wands here. Conflict, 5 of Wands here. 8 of Pentacles here. Knight of Wands here. 10 of Wands here. Ace of Wands here. Confusion at the bottom of the deck. So yeah. Leo. Okay. So your underlying energy here is the 7 of Cups. This is a tremendous amount of confusion. There's no clarity. This is probably one of the only figures in the deck that is a black silhouette. There's no divinity. There's just darkness, not having the ability to see. And right under it is the 6 of Wands. So that's actually good. I do see you at some point moving away from this. So that's great. And look at going into embodying your own energy. So, and then below it, the Aries cards. Okay, this is great. This is good. This is what we want. This is the underlying energy, and this is what's coming after you moving away, going straight into your own energy, the King of Wands, and elevating that into the Emperor here. So this is awesome. But what I do see at this moment, listen, we have the Devil, the 9 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So these cards to me signify, again, attachments, toxic behaviors, toxic patterns. They've left you, in this wounded warrior, probably very defensive, looking at the wounds. It seems, this figure here is super tattered. They've just come out of something, and looking at the 9 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands, like, it's a fire element. It is charging ahead, but doesn't necessarily have consistency. So stop and go, stop and go. So I think that you might be looking at that within, your experience. And you have the Empress, the 5 of Wands here with the 10 of Wands. A lot of fire energy here around this Empress energy. So, if this is about you, this is this abundance, seeing this energy within yourself. And, if there's conflict here, this is, mostly internal conflict going back and forth within your own self, and you're done with it. If this is somebody outside of yourself, the Empress, you may be having conflict with a feminine energy here. And you, at this point, there's so much burden here that you can't even really see straight, which is probably why you have the 7 of Cups here. There is a new beginning coming in for you, Leo. I think that you've worked really hard for it and have been waiting for this new beginning. It's going to start with a burst of inspiration. You're going to feel a push. We have Mars going into Aries on the 9th in this week. And then we have the new moon. So a lot of fire energy, sister sign here for you. Maybe a little bit uncomfortable as you are a fixed sign, but this is propelling you. This is a launch pad for you to make things different, to change it up here. With the Devil card here, again, take it as it resonates. This could be you looking at some of your own shadows here, some of the ways that you showed up. With the Empress here, this could be, the way that you relate, this divine feminine here, the way that you've related towards feminine, towards the mother, right? The wounds around that could be very highly illuminated here. Or it could be somebody outside of yourself. But, what I am seeing is you are done with the confusion. You are moving away from this. You are stepping into your own energy. You're taking back your power. And this has taken some time for you to, take back your energy and, and really understand what, in this time probably that you've been in this 4 of Swords energy, you've been able to gain some clarity. But let's get you some. And here you go, Leo. Look inside yourself. And this is very much as I was saying with the Four of Swords here is taking the time to retreat, taking the time to clarify what is, what is it that I believe in? What is it that I want to fight for? What is it that's important for me? What are my values, right? And reorganizing and restructuring that. But obviously, before you can gain clarity of that, you need to look inside of yourself. You need to take the time to heal, with the devil here again, to heal. What may have gone on in your life, as you start to look at like, well, where did I get this belief from? Or why do I keep doing this? This is, again, looking at those dark aspects of one's shadow, right? Dreams come true. I love this for you, Leo. And creative expression. One of the things that I recommend to a lot of my clients, specifically when they're doing shadow work, is to get creative, expressive, journal, write, music,